We're just beginning with 2 or 3 really deep breaths, breathing in wide and full. And on the exhale, releasing the tension from the jaw, from the shoulders, softening the belly. And perhaps beginning by just noticing once again those contact points, that feeling of security, the feet on the floor, body in the chair. And maybe we'll begin by listening to what we can hear in the wider household, maybe outside through an open window. Just listening to the sounds of the present moment, without judgment, without worry, just with that sense of curiosity, that sense of just noticing. And then bringing our attention, if it feels comfortable to do so, to the breath. And I'd like to invite you to try breathing in and out of your belly if you prefer. And the way to do that, it could be helpful to put a hand on the belly. And as you inhale, just notice how your belly expands. And as you exhale, notice how your belly contracts. And so we breathe in and we breathe out. And just noticing the rise and the fall of the belly. Of course, if you prefer and are comfortable to stay with breathing in and out of the nose, then please do so. It's just an optional. Everything is invitational. But I'd like to invite you to imagine as you breathe that you're carrying the breath of kindness, perhaps like a beautiful warm light filling your whole body with kindness and well-being. So maybe as you inhale, you might even silently say the word kindness. And as you exhale, you might send that to the whole body. We'll take a few breaths like this. And I'm going to guide you through the meditation, 5 basic needs of the heart. And the first is attention, kind attention. So with this sense of breathing kindness, give yourself some attention. You might like to visualize a photograph of yourself that you really like, perhaps of a happy moment. Or you might like to imagine yourself in front of a mirror, or perhaps a younger version of yourself. Whatever feels most comfortable to you, I'd invite you to really take a good look at yourself without judgment. And I know that can be hard, so just try. And the invitation is to notice your physical suffering. We all have physical suffering. Notice that. and let it go. And then noticing your psychological suffering. What causes you mental anguish? Take a moment to notice psychological suffering. And then let it go. And then noticing your existential suffering. What in the world causes you suffering right now? That's beyond your control, but it still impacts you and affects you. Noticing, paying attention, and then letting it go. Just taking a moment to notice what you are thinking and what you are feeling in this moment. Noticing any judgments, any sense of irritation or anything that might be coming up. Just noticing it. Everything is valid in this space. And we can cultivate more loving kindness in our lives by simply paying more attention to ourselves. Affection. Give yourself some affection. Look at yourself with warm eyes. And again, if it feels comfortable and right to do so, I'd invite you to imagine yourself as a tiny baby. And then again, as you are today, holding that tiny baby, looking at it with warmth. Noticing yourself. Really notice and having a sense of you as that tiny baby. Perhaps you'll notice your heart softening a little. Squeezing that tiny baby into your very being, giving yourself a literal or metaphorical hug. And we can cultivate more compassion in our lives by looking towards ourselves with all of our pain and difficulties through loving eyes. Turning towards ourselves with kindness and compassion. Breathing in kindness. Breathing out, sending it to the whole body. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Appreciation. Give yourself some appreciation. Appreciate yourself right now for having the courage to open this book and begin reading it. For joining this course. For coming here today. For showing up for yourself and your desires. Appreciate yourself for having the courage to continue your journey of recovery or learning. And maybe take a moment to appreciate yourself for anything that you feel you've done really well today. Taking a moment to say well done to ourselves. And we can cultivate more sympathetic joy in our lives by praising ourselves, by recognizing when we do well. breathing in kindness, turning towards ourselves with kindness and compassion. And also remembering that if this meditation isn't suiting us, that's okay. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Stay with the breath, notice the sensations of the body, noticing when we get lost in thought and gently bringing our attention back. That's the practice. Acceptance. Give yourself some acceptance. Accept yourself right now in this moment. Let go of the past. Let go of the future. Let go of the judgments, the critical voice. If they arise, just say to yourself, let it go. Acceptance is in the now. Acceptance is in the now. Cultivate more equanimity in your life by saying, I am at peace with who I am right now in this moment. And I know this can be hard, so let's just practice. I am at peace with who I am right now in this moment. We all need pauses in our lives. We can practice this when we're walking, when we're working in the middle of something. If we're triggered or if we feel at risk, we can turn towards ourselves with kindness and compassion. Just taking that time to stop and give ourselves some attention, some affection, and some appreciation and acceptance. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out, becoming aware once more of the contact points of the feet on the floor, body on the chair. And listening once again to the sounds of the present moment. Listening to what's going on outside. Perhaps inhaling just a little bit deeper. Maybe bringing in some gentle movement. And listening for the sound of the bell to bring this meditation to a close.